Hello, dear students, Year 5 and Year 6 British system. Let's start our grammar lesson about identifying pronouns. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun or nouns. So we can use a pronoun instead of a noun in any sentence. Singular pronouns take the place of singular nouns. Let's see this example. Kaylee liked the dog. Where are the nouns here? Kaylee and the dog. Kaylee is a noun, singular noun, and the dog is a singular noun. So we can delete Kaylee and can delete the dog and use pronouns instead. Instead of Kaylee, we used she. So she here takes the place of Kaylee. And instead of the dog, we can use it. So it takes the place of the dog because the dog is a non-human and it is used for non-humans. So we said here a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. She takes the place of Kaylee. So she is a pronoun and Kaylee is a noun. It takes the place of the dog. So it is a pronoun and the dog is a noun. These are singular pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, me, him, and her, while the pronoun you can be used as a plural pronoun as well. We'll see this later. Look at the plural pronouns. Logically, it takes the place of a plural noun. Let's see this example. The kids is a plural noun and the toys is a plural noun. Let's see the pronouns that can be used instead of these nouns. Instead of the kids, we said they, and instead of the toys, we said them. So the kids like the toys become they instead of the kids liked them instead of the toys. So they takes the place of the kids and them takes the place of the toys. Some plural pronouns here are we, you, they, us, and them. Let's see this practice. Identify the pronouns in the following sentences. We swam in the pool. Where is the pronoun here? Yes, we is a pronoun. You read and I played. We have two pronouns here. You, I. Good job. Let's see the third one. They watched TV while he texted. So they is a pronoun and he is a pronoun as well. Good job. Another type of pronoun is possessive pronoun. And the possessive pronouns show possession. It means having something. When you have something, something that is yours, something that is mine, something that is for somebody, is named as possessive pronouns. Something, own, or have, or possess something, something that belongs to him. This what we means by possessive pronouns. Look at this example. That book is mine. What is the word that shows here that something belongs to me? The word mine. Great success. Good job. So possessive pronouns replace a noun that you have already used. Look at this example. That cat is Tasha's. It means for Tasha, the cat of Tasha. So instead of Tasha's, we can say the cat is hers. Great. They can also replace a noun phrase that you have already used. That is Gorka's shoe. So instead of Gorka's shoe, we can use a possessive pronoun. We can say that is his, and his is a possessive pronoun. So we have hers and we have his. Again, identify the possessive pronouns in the following sentences. That is hers. Hers is the possessive pronoun. That's not your food, it is his. The possessive pronoun here is his. The word your food is not a possessive pronoun, it's a possessive adjective. What is the difference? The possessive adjective is followed by a noun, like your food, my book, your dress, his pen, while the possessive pronouns do not or are not followed by a noun. So we say it is his, not it is his book, not it is his food. If we said it is his food, so this is possessive adjective. So learn the difference. The possessive adjective is followed by a noun, while the possessive pronoun is not followed by a noun. It comes after a noun that we talk about before. Look at this example. They are not yours. They are all mine. Where are the words here that show the possession? The word yours and the word mine. Excellent. Let's go further. The third type of pronouns is the relative pronouns. Yeah, a relative pronoun introduces a dependent or relative clause that describes a noun or a pronoun. The main relative pronouns are who, whose, which, and that. Look at this sentence. The man who lives next door grows potatoes in his garden. Where is the relative pronoun here? The word who. It refers back to a noun, which is the man. So instead of repeating the man in the sentence, we use a word, we use a relative pronoun that refers back to this noun. So the man, we said who, to refer back to the man. Who lives next door, the whole clause, who lives next door, this is a relative clause. Another example, the house that's very tall is on the corner. So the house that is very tall, this clause refers back to what? That is very tall. What is the thing that is very tall? The house. So that's very tall, that is a relative pronoun, and that's very tall is a relative clause. Oh, it refers back to the noun, the house. Another example, Rebecca, whose hair is quite long, has a nice smile. Rebecca is the noun, and whose hair is quite long refers back to the noun Rebecca. So whose is a relative pronoun, and whose hair is quite long is the relative clause. Another example, I just read Mariam's new book, which came out last month. Where is the pronoun here, the relative pronoun? Which refers back to what? New book, or Mariam's new book. So which refers back to the new book which came out last month. So who, that, the, whose, and which are the relative pronouns. Find the relative pronouns and their clauses in the following sentences. My aunt, who is great at cooking, sells her pies at the country fair. My aunt is the noun. Who refers back to my aunt, so who is the relative pronoun. And where is the clause? The whole sentence. Who is great at cooking. So who is great at cooking is the relative clause, but the word who only is a relative pronoun. My dog, who is extremely cute, kept us all up last night with her barking. Dog is the noun. Who is the pronoun, refers back to the dog, and who is extremely cute is the relative clause. A final example is ice cream, which is perfect on a hot day, tends to fall off your cone and melt. Ice cream is the noun. Which is the pronoun that refers back to ice cream. So the relative pronoun is which, and which is perfect on a hot day, a whole sentence follows the relative pronoun is relative clause. Now we have finished the lesson. Meet you in the next lesson. Don't forget to subscribe in the channel and like the video, write your comment. See you next time and goodbye.